who says he has never bet on baseball, with a huge gambling scandal swirling around him and specifically around his interpreter. Listen.
Thank you very much for coming. I wanted to be here today to be able to talk. I'm sure it was very tough. It's been a tough week for fans and team officials, and I'm very grateful that the media has been patient in this process. Just on a personal note, I'm very saddened and shocked that someone who I'm trusted has done this. So I never bet on baseball or any other sports, or never have asked somebody to do it on my behalf. And I have never went through a bookmaker to bet on sports.
Okay, so that's obviously Ohtani and an interpreter there, a different interpreter than the one who was fired last week with these allegations of stealing money, basically, of illegal gambling. So Ohtani, remember the big question for Ohtani, was this money stolen from him? Did he lend it to his interpreter? Ohtani is making clear tonight that it was stolen. He says his interpreter has told lies. I want to bring David Noriega in, who is joining us now. Again, this all happened in just the last literally 16 minutes or so. What else did he say? Was it enough? What's your sense?
Hallie, I was actually surprised by how kind of substantive and complete and direct this statement was. You know, I was expecting something like, there are investigations that I'm cooperating with, and I can't say very much other than that. But, you know, he actually gave a very clear version of his account of things, which is the version of events that says that Ipe simply stole this money from him, that he was not aware that this money was being stolen until just a few days ago, and that he was not aware of any of this until basically Ipe brought it to his attention. You know, there's the bit that you played at the top there where he says very clearly, this is the question everyone was asking themselves. He says, he addresses it directly and clearly. I have never bet on baseball or any other sports. That's the first thing everyone was asking themselves. The other thing that really stood out to me is that he says that the day that he found out about all of this, when they were just playing in Korea, he says that Ipe admitted to him in a one-on-one meeting in their hotel, admitted to him that he was sending money to the bookmaker using his account. So he claims that Ipe Mizuhara, his interpreter, came clean to him and basically said, I've been stealing money from you, taking it directly from your account and wiring it to this illegal bookie in Orange County. Now, the reason that this was really confusing and complicated for a while is because Mizuhara, the interpreter, initially had a version of events that said that Ohtani lent him this money to bail him out of this gambling debts. But the reason it's extra confusing, Hallie, is because Ohtani's reps, his PR crisis firm that he hired and the people who were representing him, initially backed up that claim in interviews with ESPN and then retracted it, right? So it wasn't just Mizuhara who changed his story. It was actually Ohtani's reps themselves. What Ohtani is saying now is that he wasn't involved in any of that. He himself didn't become aware of any of this until there was this sort of confusing meeting in the Dodgers clubhouse in Seoul where he realized that Mizuhara was talking about something sketchy, and then he kind of confronted him about it and was like, what is this? And then Mizuhara admits to him, like, I've been stealing millions of dollars from you. Look, if this was the question of whether this was theft or not, I think should be answerable with a sort of, you know, federal criminal investigation. This is the kind of thing that, like, forensics, like, there are wire transfers. It should be possible to answer that question. Obviously, the investigation has to run its course. We're not going to know the answer to that question anytime soon. But I do think that Ohtani in this press conference gave enough detailed information with enough clarity and enough substance that we at least know what his position is now. And that should, I think, put some of the speculation to bed. Hallie?
And because this was speculation that was overshadowing it to such a degree, MLB's opening week, right? Dodgers opening day coming up in just a few days. I mean, this was like this is not just like an LA Dodgers story. It is a broader baseball story. And one of the questions, I mean, again, this is an interpreter, Ipe, as you say, who is alongside Ohtani constantly. I mean, every picture of Shohei Ohtani also had a picture of his interpreter in it as well, it seems. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but not by much, right? I mean, these two were in so many ways tied at the hip. There is an inherent trust, too, that comes with somebody who is quite literally translating the words for somebody else, right? Like, there is an inherent level of trust there. And I think one of the questions that we had talked about actually last week when this story first came out, or maybe it was earlier, I guess it was last week, was, you know, Ohtani, there had been no allegation that he had bet on baseball illegally, and he's making very clear that absolutely did not happen. That's what he's been saying.
That's right. Again, he came out and very, very clearly, unambiguously said that. I think you're right that because this was a really big liability, particularly the information void and the murkiness and the speculation was a big liability, not just for Ohtani, not just for the Dodgers, but for all of Major League Baseball. I'm sure he was under a lot of pressure to come out and say something clearly. The other thing I would say is his relationship with Mizuhara. They were very close friends by all accounts. It is surprising, I guess not impossible to conceive of, but it is surprising that he would have been able to keep the secret from his good friend for so long, this crippling gambling addiction that ran up to the tune of, millions of dollars. But stranger things have happened, Allie.